What's up, everybody? Shawn Mayo here, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about my friend Jordan Schanzer's new Repricer flashpricer. And I just can't say enough good things about this tool. We've been testing it out for a little while now, and it just fills all the holes that a lot of the other repricers. And if you've been following us for any length of time or watched my videos, we have tried out a lot of repricers, and most of them have the same problem, and they've solved some new problems that I didn't even know about. And the biggest problem is the data never matches, and I really felt like it couldn't work because the repricer is usually getting data from the API, which is the back-end database, basically, that you get data from Amazon, or if you're getting it from Keepa, or any app is usually using some kind of an API to get the data from whatever tool, even Walmart apps. So what you see on the Amazon website is not updated at the same rate as the back-end API data, and what you see in the app is usually never matching what you see on Amazon or Walmart or whatever the marketplace is. So they've solved that. As you can see here, 40% of the buy box data is usually wrong, which is really what we've seen in our experience, somewhere in that range. So that's one of the biggest issues. The other issue is being able to reprice with Walmart. And that's just been that's a game changer too, because repricing Walmart is even worse than anything I've seen on Amazon. The data is almost always wrong, and there's not a lot of options there, especially not multi-channel options where you can be repricing for both marketplaces at the same time, having access to your same data in the same place for both channels is really a game changer. The first great thing is the automated price optimization. They have, preset strategies already ready to go. So you can reprice to match your Amazon listings, reprice to beat the current buy box, set what you want to happen if a competitor went out of stock, if you're competing against Amazon, which you do see in a lot of other repricers, but they've really streamlined everything, and we'll look at that here in a minute. I'll take you into the tool itself and show you how it works. I mean, it is a very simple repricer compared to a lot of the other ones. They've just streamlined so much stuff to make it so much easier, as well as being able to export your data from another repricer, or even if you have a spreadsheet with a list of your products, you can import that, with your pricing data right into flashpricer and make switching over from another repricer to flashpricer, or if you're not using one, and everybody should be using a repricer. Your competition has a repricer, so if you're going to spend hours repricing, then someone else's repricer is going to go behind you and reprice again in minutes and waste your time. Everybody should have some kind of automated repricer. They have set repricing strategies for all kinds of sellers. So people doing wholesale or private label or online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, drop shipping, etc. And as I already mentioned, the most important part is the trusted buy box data, because if you don't have the right information, then you'll never catch up. You'll never stay ahead if you're repricing against prices that aren't even current on the website, the front-facing website that the customers see, because your back-end data may not match, as I already said, and anybody who's been using repricers already knows that the data on the website is not what you see in the repricer, is not what Amazon is giving. So as I said, 40% of competitor buy box data is out of date, missing, or incorrect. They use actual data from the listings and not necessarily from the back end for the most accurate price updates every time. And I mentioned in the last video another thing that's important and can be very, very expensive with a lot of the other repricers out there. If you want live updating, live data, yours may only update, some repricers are only updating every day or, every 12 hours, every 6 hours, and you have to pay ridiculously high upcharges to be repricing and getting live data. And I understand it can be expensive. I pay for a lot of back-end data and using the Amazon's databases and all that can be very expensive, and a lot of computer time for pulling data on millions and tens of millions of listings can get expensive fast. But FlashPricer does that all for one price. So the only pricing tiers are based on how many listings you have. So everybody gets live updating. It's the fastest repricer on the market because they're doing live updating. It's not, we did it now, we're not going to look again till tomorrow or for an hour or 6 hours or whatever that tool may have set. So competing repricers wait in line for selling channels to send them updated prices. FlashPricer obtains pricing info and applies it to your strategies before anyone else because they are doing live updating, not limiting how many times they check. Strategic flexibility. The most flexible custom repricing strategies. Competitors make it hard to mix and match selling channels and to set custom rules. They let you develop strategies and fallback options for every possible business situation. So their strategies are all kind of combined, and you can have as many different strategies as you want, and you just select which one you want for each listing, or you can apply it to all your listings, but they make it super simple to do. And it works with all the selling channels. Currently, it's working with Walmart and Amazon, so you can have one product on both, and you can set them to keep the prices the same, or however it is you want, whatever strategy you want to set up. But they will have Shopify and Google Shopping in there. They're working on adding it right now. They sync prices against multiple sales channels, as I just said, uses accurate data for more buy box wins, reacts faster than any repricer on the market since they are doing live updating, not, as I said, whatever they may have set, and then charging you extra for doing that, and gives you maximum control and custom rules. Let's hop over and start looking at the tool itself. Okay, so we're in a, I just brought it up in one of the test accounts that we're using. I blocked out the data over here on what the actual products are, but over to the left, I just blocked out basically, the item data. You don't really need that, but this is what you see. It can take up to a day after you import it, and check out one of our upcoming videos. I'll be showing you how easy it is to import your product listings. If you just have a list of your prices with ASINs and and your costs, or if you've already put it into another Repricer, they make it super simple to export that and then to bring it in there. So we'll be coming out with another video in the next few days showing you how to do that. But here, once we import it, you're just going to import, you're going to link your Repricer, you're going to link FlashPricer to your Amazon account, just like you do if you use Tactical Arbitrage or any other repricer or most tools. It makes it super simple. So all we're going to do is put in our cost, and then you set the minimum and the maximum price you want. So you'll see our cost here. This one I've already filled in, but they will be blank to start. And you can either, as I said, import them from a spreadsheet, or import them from Google Sheets. You can even do, or you can enter them manually. So for this product, we have a cost of $4.99, and we set the minimum we want to sell it to $20.99, and the maximum to $40. So it's showing the current price is currently $24.61, and with a $10.23 profit. So we can look at all that and decide what we want the minimum and maximum prices to be. And then here we're going to set our strategy. And to set up strategies are super simple. We can just go to our strategy tab, hit new strategy, and we're going to just call this test 2. And we're going to say this one's for Amazon. And then we can go in here and we can set what we want to do. So it's just a few simple questions. We can decide what kind of sellers we want to compete against in this strategy. And as I said, you can set up as many strategies as you want, and then just select which items you want to set those to. We can just choose what kind of sellers we want to compete against, and this is the kind of competition we want to do. If we want to set it to be the lowest price, if we want to set it to win the buy box, lowest FBA, lowest FBM, or we can even set how we're going to compete against specific sellers. So if you have one seller that you see buying or selling on a lot of the same listings that you have, you can set up a strategy just for competing with them. So, or multiples of any of these. So, if you want to win the buy box, like I think most people do, you can decide if you want to ignore Amazon as a competitor or not. If you want to ignore competitors with handling times less than a certain amount of days, which would be, obviously only FBM. But let's say if somebody had a 5 or 7 or even a 30-day handling time, maybe if they're shipping from China or another country, then we can set this to only be competing with somebody who has, whatever it is, 3-day handling time, 5-day, etc. Now, I personally don't feel like I compete with FBM. Any listing that has a rank and has has no FBA sellers is something I want to be on, right? Because then I basically have no competition because I don't compete with FBM sellers, and I think the vast majority of Prime members don't want to be buying from those kind of sellers, as well as ignoring yourself as competition. So, if you have a product that you're also selling FBM and FBA, and you may also have in different qualities, if different conditions. If it's new, you're selling new and used ones, or new and collectible ones. You probably don't want to be repricing against yourself, as well as ignoring specific seller IDs. So you can enter all the sellers you want in here, just separated by, just comma separated, and you'll have a great, you can put together a great list of the people you don't want to compete with. And like I said, you may be shopping at the same stores if you're doing retail or online arbitrage and just see those same people and you don't want to keep repricing against them. So you can just basically ignore them from the Repricer. Or if you have somebody that you notice is trying to race you to the bottom or get you to drop your prices so they could buy your stock, or, doing other anti-competitive things, I've seen from sellers, then you can just ignore them and their repricing will not affect you at all. And then obviously each one has a little bit different, each strategy is going to have a little bit different questions. Like if you're just trying to get the lowest FBA, You can ignore competitors who have a feedback score lower than whatever you put in, or ignore non-buy box eligible competitors. So, and then we can pick, we go down here, we can choose what we want to do with the buy box, either be lower or above the buy box. You want to be a penny above the buy box, penny below, or whatever that number could be, or just to be matching the buy box. So you can pick what to do when your competitor is an FBA, is, if you want to, again, match their price, add to their price, subtract, go above or below their price. Or you could set it to your minimum number or set it to your max number. Or again, don't reprice at all. And then you can also set these rules, these same rules for specific seller IDs. When the buy box is suppressed, do you want to reprice, and what kind of strategy do you want to use? And when there's no competition at all, what to do? Set it to your maximum price if there's no competition, possibly, or add a certain amount to the price once you have no competition left. Then once you've acquired the buy box, to algorithmically optimize the price. So what they'll do is, at the end of the day, overnight, they'll raise the price back up. So it's not just a constant race to the bottom. So once you've got the buy box, it will use the algorithms and continually raise the price so they can keep the buy box, and while they have the buy box, make it as high as possible. Then when your item's out of stock, what to do? Set it to your minimum, your maximum, don't reprice, etc. And then for minimum maximum pricing, you can manually set it. You can calculate it based on the ROI. So you don't have to enter the minimum max for everything. They can compute the ROI based on what you entered as your buy cost, and then calculate by a profit margin or calculate by a fixed profit. So you can select what you want to do, and it will do the math all here for you. So you can get a set amount of profit out of that item. And, same with profit margin and ROI, etc. Or just set it, in each listing. And then we just create strategy, and that's it. Then once you do that, you can come back over here and then just click the pull down and select your strategy and for each one of your listings. And that's it. I mean, that's really all there is to this tool. They've made it super simple. They've streamlined everything, so it don't make it hard to do. And that's it. Check out our next video, and I will be showing you how we go ahead and import our pricing data right into flashpricer. Super easy. You can just export it from your other another repricer you're using and put it in here. You get a 14-day free trial if you're not already using it, and also 50% off your first month. So you're getting a month and a half to try this out for half the cost of a month. And you can just shoot me a PM, or there'll be a link down in the description where you can get that coupon code. They don't want everybody to see it, so just contact me privately, email me, or shoot me a message, or there'll be a link where you can go and get that by just entering your email address. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.